Hi guys. So today I'm going to be covering some flags, specifically Ireland, the UK, and its constituent countries. Flags is something I'm really interested in, but I've never made a video about it on this channel before. I plan to do Europe, North America, Asia, South America, all those continents, sorry, one at a time, and I'm going to focus on Europe since I'm very familiar with those flags. As I said before, we're going to be doing Ireland, the UK, and the country within the UK. So let's get started off with Ireland. So Ireland's flag was made in the mid 1800s in response to the famine. There was a lot of calls for Irish independence, as Ireland was still a part of the UK at this time, like the whole of Ireland, and a lot of people didn't like that. So impoverished people from the famine went to France in the whole population thing where a bunch of people left Ireland because they were starving. And keep in mind that France's flag, France had only had a revolution and it was using its flag, which is the same one it uses now. And so the people who had went over to France came back and they had this brand new tricolor, green, white, and orange. And so the green symbolizes the Catholics, the white symbolizes peace, and the orange symbolizes the Protestants. These are basically like denominations of Christianity, and at the time there was a lot of divide about whether or not you were a Catholic or a Protestant, and a lot of people very much hated the other back in those days, and there was a lot of fighting which continued even after independence. Yeah. But the flag was seen as this peacemaking thing, and when Ireland did eventually gain independence in the 20s, ish, used that flag. Yeah. So I'm gonna move on to the UK now. So the UK, as you probably already know, is a melding of three flags. Originally it came from just two, England and Scotland. Now in 1707, England and Scotland merged into one country, the United Kingdom of Great Britain, because England controlled Wales like fully. And the flag they came up with was the English St. George's Cross, which I'll get into later, and the Scottish St. Andrew's Cross. So they put the two together and they came up with a semi-modern flag. Then, when Northern Ireland/Ireland got admitted into the United Kingdom in 1808 with the Act of Union, they added a cross, a red cross, since that was kind of Ireland's flag, a red, like, X, since that was sort of Ireland's flag at the time. And then when Ireland declared independence and Northern Ireland stayed, they kept the flag because the red X now symbolized as Northern Ireland. So that's the basics of Ireland and the UK. So now I'm going to get into the constituent countries. So to start off, I'm going to do the flag that most people actually confuse with the UK, that being the flag of England. Now, the cross on the flag of England represents the St. George's Cross, which is the patron saint of England, just like the saint that represents them. And it comes from when St. George went on a crusade, and that was the flag he brought. You can probably guess what the cross means. And the colours on the English flag represent, so the white represents peace and honesty. If there's white on a flag, it most likely represents peace. and if there's red on a flag, it most likely represents blood or war. But on the English flag, it actually just means bravery or strength and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a pretty one-of-the-mill flag as far as flags go. 2 colors and a basic intersecting line. So yeah, England. Hi guys, Editor Me here. I forgot to put this in the main video, so I thought I'd just stick it in here. They also use the St. George's Cross as their naval jack, which you can see on screen there. I was meant to put this in the Union Jack bit, but I just kind of forgot, so I thought I'd stick it in here. Yeah, that's that. So the Scottish flag is, as I said, pretty run-of-the-mill, but what I am sort of interested in as a little side note here is that the St. Andrew's cross, the cross that's on there, it appears, like, everywhere. It was the old flag of Spain. It was on the old flag of Spain. It was on the old flag of Ireland. It was on the old, and it's on the flag of Alabama, and it's also on the flag of like Florida. So, if anybody knows why the St. George's Cross is so like unanimous with European flags, please let me know. But anyways, so like England's flag, Scotland's flag is also pretty one-of-the-mill. 2 colors and a cross. Cross, as I mentioned earlier, is St. Andrew's Cross, and the colors represent, as I said before, the white on this thing represents the same thing as the white on the English flag, peace and honesty, and the blue is loyalty, truth, justice, the good stuff. So that's Scotland, moving on to Wales. So the Welsh flag, I'm going to start off with the elephant in the room, the dragon. So the dragon, big shocker here, represents the Welsh people. There's this old story about a king of Wales who had 2 dragons, a red dragon and a white dragon. The red dragon represented the Celts, i.e. the Scottish, the Irish, the Britons, but like the ones from Brittany, and the Welsh. And a white dragon, which represented the Anglo-Saxons, which were like the English before the English were a thing. Actually, that's where England comes from. It comes from Angland, which evolved into England, but yeah. So yeah, he used the red dragon to win many battles, and the red dragon became a symbol of Wales, so they put that on the flag. And the green and white are old, like, Celtic colours, as you can say. So, that's Wales, and I'm going to move on to finish it off, with Northern Ireland. So, Northern Ireland, it is sort of like a homogeny of a few different Irish and British symbols. So, to start off, the red hand represents the red hand of Ulster, which is where it's one of the 4 provinces of Ireland, and it's where most of Northern Ireland is. And the red hand comes from the story about a race, and whoever first touched the land of Ulster would get it. So one guy falling behind cut off his own hand and yeeted it onto the land and won by technicality. So yeah. The cross can either just be a regular St. George's cross in the vein of England, or it could come from the flag of Ulster, where the background is yellow instead of white. And the crown, you probably know what the crown is. It represents the monarchy, the kings, the queens, and stuff like that. Yeah. So that is that. I'm just gonna put a little end bit after this, so yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was the first episode of the Flags of Europe. I'm gonna do the Benelux region next episode, which I'm very excited about because I don't know a lot about those flags, so I'm gonna have to go a little more in depth. Let me know in the comments what I could improve on, and that is episode 1. See you later.